set. We're going to bump up.
120 kilograms. Jeramy Sweany. Let's see if we have our graphics turned around the right way.
Yeah, it's going to be Jeramy Sweany and Matt Voss.
And I don't got a visual on these guys to recognize them with the eye. So there's announcing Sweany in the red. Okay, so we got it switched on the graphic now. That's continuing to, when it loads into the system, it's bringing them in the wrong way. Gets it switched around when we start the bout. Sweany in red, Voss in blue.
And Sweany, your #1 seed. First match of the day for these guys. 8 guys in the challenge bracket at 120. But a nice, solid bracket. You got Sweany. He gets the takedown early on here, up 2-0.
Sweany was your runner-up in Vegas. Nathan Butler sits out to the championship final. One addition to this bracket that's interesting, Garrett Ryan from Columbia, Sunkist Kids Club, Arizona guy. He's been on past Cadet World teams, and actually talking with some guys last night, talked to Coach Kelly out at Stanford. Ryan does have a win over Butler. Last year was either Las Vegas Juniors or universities,
right.
or somewhere along the way.
He was in the finals of the Vegas tournament last year. Sweany in on the shot attempt. And Voss slips out of it, actually. Now he's trapped underneath. See Sweany posting on the thighs, trying to get some distance and break that lock, able to come around behind for the 2. Takes the 4-0 lead. Can he lock up a gut?
And that's the difference, 120 kilograms, 84 kilograms. We saw Bernstein not able to break that lock and get the go behind. You're not holding that lock at 120 kilos.
No, and you can see there's a distinct length advantage here for Sweany when Voss gets trapped underneath him. Voss single leg going out of bounds. So they're going to go 2 on that. 2 is confirmed.
Same situation you talked about earlier that Zemenak actually threw the challenge block for, right on with that call. Folk style control, not there, but in freestyle, it's 2 every single time.
Correct. And a nice drag here from Sweany. Takes that momentum back, just snatches it right back. Up 6-2. But he is having a hard time getting things going from the top position. You see, it looks a little frustrated. Comes over the top with the club. And when you do that, they're going to blow it back to the feet immediately, speaking to the officials. But Sweany, another shot attempt, single leg. I think he's realized if I'm offensive, I'm scoring. There's nothing Voss can do to stop me at this point. Up 8-2. Possibly thinking about a bow and arrow there was Sweany, which is good. You got to mix things up when the gut wrench isn't working. With 50 seconds left here in the first, would be surprised if Sweany doesn't try to get another one here in the last 40 seconds of this match. Seems like he's scoring at will when he wants to go.
Closing in on 20 seconds. Over-under situation.
Yeah, Voss, if you're Voss, this is where you want to be. You want to try to slow it down, score from this upper body position. Headlock here from Voss going out of bounds. He'll probably get a point there.
1, and do we get confirmation? I believe we did. We got confirmation, yep. Both sides. He scores a point. And you said Sweany, when he's been leg attacking, he's been effective, creating go-behinds, leg attacks. I think Voss in the second period, he wants to come out and get back to that over-under situation.
Absolutely.
And especially when feet to back, you're looking at a 4-point maneuver, that can get you back in a match quickly.
So we head to the break, 8-3. Sweany in the lead. Winner is going to get Garrett Ryan or Jacob Avon. So Columbia-Purdue matchup there. Garrett Ryan wrestling for Sunkist Kids, actually. So that match be on mat 3 coming up next. Also have Jesse Webb, Corey Daniel, Jake Gunning, and Jacob Scanlon in this challenge bracket. Now Voss on the single leg right out of the gate here in the second period. But he's going to have a tough time finishing here. I say that, he might get 2 points there.
And it was a weird situation. He was the guy attacking, but he had his back to the boundary and was able to turn that around.
Yeah, that's good. It's tough to do. That's tough to do. And Sweany immediately on the shot attempt. He takes that momentum right back. I mean, he was up 8-1, and now 8-5 score on the board.
And match strategy, you got to think that, you know, Finger Lakes Wrestling Club, Tight Mercury, you know, who he's representing. So Coach Cole not in the corner. He's back in the background. But you got to want him attacking those legs. He scored almost every time he's got there.
Well, interesting defense here from Voss. You know, elevation wins in wrestling. High man wins. And Voss doing a good job of pulling that ankle back, even though Sweeney's in on the single leg. Voss is elevating that ankle, and now you see he transition to the crotch lift, elevated it. He's around behind for the takedown in 2. And, you know, 9 times out of 10 in a scramble scenario, the guy who gets the elevation is going to be the guy who comes out on top.
And it's a much different scramble here in freestyle than folk style.
Yes.
Where folk style, you're able to expose your back, go back underneath, you know, and you want to get underneath the guy to lift his hips, where you can't do that in freestyle. As we say that, there's another score for Sweany.
Yeah, this is an interesting dynamic to this match. It's really back and forth. You know, Sweeney's been in command since the beginning on the scoreboard, but Voss is able to keep it close and close that gap. You know, just it takes one more takedown, one more scenario in Voss's favor. And, you know, he's around behind here for the 2. 12-9.
And a missed drag to the leg trip. You've got to think that Voss in that close tie, when it's come from the open, Sweany has scored.
Right.
Voss needs to get his hands on him here as he trails by 3 with a minute to go.
Now, underhook here for Sweany. He's working on the head.
And if I'm in Sweeney's corner, I'm telling him to get out of that situation.
Absolutely. Push out. And you see he's trying to push out of it now, just tie up wrists. Both guys pushing back and forth, working the underhook, working the collar side, now wrists. Low-level attempt for Voss. He's going to get trapped underneath here. Not in a good position is Matt Voss. If Sweany can get his hips in and break that lock, it's almost assured of getting the 2 takedown, and there it is. 14-9, and Sweany now completely in the driver's seat, up by 5 with 15 seconds to go. So Voss he's gonna have to get multiple scores here, put something together. We haven't really seen him get in deep on a body lock or something of that nature where he could get a big point move. And time takes down. It's going to be Jeramy Sweany winning by 5 over Matt Voss. But an exciting back and forth match.
And really, you know, a lot of match tactics came into play, and guys getting to where they're good. We saw Sweany being good from the open, and Voss controlling the ties, and